Welcome all students in the part 2 of the necklace. Today we will learn what happens after Matilda loses the necklace and how it changes her life. After reaching home, Matilda and Mr. Loisel searched everywhere for the necklace in her dress, cloak, and pockets, but could not find it. Mr. Loisel asked if she still had it when they left the party. Matilda said she had touched it at the ministry. They guessed that it might have fallen in the cab, but unfortunately, they had not noted the cab number. Mr. Loisel tried his best to find the lost necklace. He retraced the same path they had taken, but his search was unsuccessful. Mrs. Loisel waited at home all night in her party dress, hoping that her husband would bring back the necklace. However, he returned in the morning, tired and sad because he could not find it. This moment shows their fear and worry about the lost necklace. Mr. Loisel reported the lost necklace to the police, offered a reward through newspapers, and searched everywhere to find it. Mrs. Loisel waited at home in deep despair, though they had a glimmer of hope. All their efforts failed, and the loss became a frightful disaster. Loisel returned in the evening, looking exhausted and pale, because he had found nothing. He advised his wife to write to her friend that the clasp of the necklace was broken and it was being mended. This would give them more time to search for the lost necklace. After a week, Loisel and his wife lost all hope of finding the necklace. Loisel, who suddenly looked much older, said they must think about replacing jewel. They visited many jewelers searching for a necklace just like the other one. Remembering the past and feeling sad and distressed, they continued their difficult search. At a shop in Palais Royal, the Loisel found a string of diamonds that looked exactly like the lost necklace. It cost 40,000 francs, but the jeweler agreed to sell it for 36,000 francs. The Loisel requested him not to sell it for 3 days. The jeweler also agreed to take it back for 34,000 francs if the original necklace was found before the end of February. Mr. Loisel used 18,000 francs left by his father and borrowed the remaining money from different money lenders. He signed ruinous agreement and took heavy loans. Finally, he bought the replacement necklace for 36,000 francs and laid it down on the jeweler's counter to complete the purchase. When Ma'am Loisel returned the necklace, Ma'am Forestier complained that it had been returned late. From that day, the Loisel faced a dreadful life of poverty. To repay their debt, they dismissed their maid, moved to a cheaper lodging, and rented a small room under the roof. They worked very hard to pay back the money. Ma'am Loisel worked very hard to repay the debt. She did all the household chores herself, washed the dishes and dirty linen, carried water and garbage, and dressed like a poor woman. She also bargained in the market and suffered insults over every miserable small coin. Her life became full of drudgery and odious work. Every month, the Loisel struggled to repay their loans. Mr. Loisel worked extra hours during accounts and copying manuscripts to earn more money. After 10 years of hard work and sacrifice, they finally repaid all their debts, including the interest. Madame Loisel has become an old and often thinks sadly about the past. She wonders how her life would have been if she had not lost the necklace. She feels that the life is very uncertain and that a small event can either ruin or save a person's life. One Sunday, while walking on the Champs-Elysees, Madame Loisel met Madame Forestier, who was still young, beautiful, and charming. Feeling emotional, Madame Loisel decided to speak to her. Since she had finally repaid all the debt, she wanted to tell Madame Forestier the truth about the lost necklace. Madame Loisel greeted Madame Forestier, but she did not recognize her because years of hard work and suffering had changed her appearance. Madame Loisel greeted Madame Forestier, but she did not recognize her because years of hard work and suffering had changed her appearance. When Loisel revealed her identity, Madame Forestier was shocked. Madame Loisel explained that she had lived through many miseries after losing the necklace and believed all her troubles had started because of it. Madame Loisel confessed that she had lost the necklace Madame Forestier had lent her. She explained that she had brought back another necklace exactly like it. It took the Loisel 10 years to pay for the replacement because they were very poor. At last, they had cleared all their debts and she felt relieved. Madame Forestier was shocked when Matilda told her that she had brought a new diamond necklace to replace the lost one. She felt very sorry after hearing that Matilda had spent 10 years working hard to repay the money. Then Madame Forestier revealed that her original necklace was not real, it was only a fake necklace worth about 500 francs.